Hello, my dudes. It says that we are currently live. I have a couple things that I gotta say before we get started. Obviously, my man is still up. He's watching TV. He's gonna be putting on his headphones, jamming to his stuff that he's doing over there. Leo's still up because he slept it. He had a really late nap, so I hope it's not too much noise in the background. But if there is, it is what it is. It's life. They live here. There's nothing I can do about it. And then also hi, friend. Hi, Tanya. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I got pretty just for y'all. It's been a
Me
minute
too.
since I did like my makeup and my hair, so
Me
this is
too.
all for y'all.
I didn't do my hair.
But your hair is beautiful. It's so long. You don't even need to do it
I'm
because it's
trying
so
to.
cute.
I'm trying to grow it down to my butt.
Down to your butt. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I could never,
That's.
bitch. Like hair is like even right now. I don't like having hair in my face. That's why I can never get bangs either because it's a no for me. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about a couple of things. We're just gonna be hanging out. We might veer into like the MLME stuff, but for the most part, we're just gonna be hanging out and chilling. And this actually came up because we are both in a group chat for like LME stuff. And today we were just kind of like talking about other stuff other than MLMs and stuff. And we were like, we should just do a little live and just talk to the people, Jessica's also in that chat. So yeah, before we get started though, we wanted to talk about a little show that we're gonna be doing. Not little, I hate saying little like before anything that I'm
It's
gonna do
not going to
because
be
it's not
little. It's
little.
going to blow up. I'm telling
It's
you.
gonna be big, okay? We're manifesting. Bitch.
So we're feeling a little witchy today.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a show maybe every Monday, maybe every other Monday. And I was doing thank you, Dave. I was doing something similar with Kayla, but because she is nowhere to be found, which is fine. I get it. Again, I miss
Me
her
too.
so much. I miss her every day because like me and her were like actual like BFFs. Like we would talk every day on the phone and like text each other the whole day and like, uh, you know. So I miss her so much, but I don't blame her for like just disappearing on us because honestly, sometimes I want to do the same thing. I won't do it, but I've thought about it more than a handful of times. So I get it. So this
I
is
get
gonna
it.
be, yeah. Oh, sorry. So this is gonna be a little bit more of a chill version of that. Sorry, I had cucumber and like he come out earlier with tahini, so now I'm burping that up. But what's it called? Um, so this is gonna be like a more chill, more like spicy version of that. I want to say, just because Tanya and I are very similar in our content, kind of like the way we do our content. Like we get spicy and we allow ourselves to get spicy. And not that there's anything wrong with not getting too spicy. It's just that was not Kayla's vibe, which is completely fine. I love her content just the way it was,
Me
but there
too.
definitely was like a little bit of a middle ground there. I didn't get too spicy because obviously because she was like the co-host of that and all of that. I wanted to respect. It was like an unspoken agreement that I would take my ass down to not make her look bad. So,
Right.
and that's just how that's just how friendship works. Sometimes you don't want to make your friend look dumb or like bad or whatever, and you just compose yourself a little bit. Here, that's not the case. That
No.
is not the case with Tanya. So I'm
No.
definitely going to be a little bit more spicy. So I hope you guys like that. We're going to be talking about things like motherhood, just our experiences with certain things, not necessarily MLM related. It's going to be more like a mommy talk, chill kind of vibe. Is there anything you want to say about that, Tanya? I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
I feel like what it should be is like mommy talk, but mommy talk coming from two MLM dropouts. You know what I mean? How we see the emotional manipulation, how we see and apply it to everyday life. See, Karina's married. I am not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much a single parent. So my take on things may be a little bit different because I was coming from a desperation side of it, not an interest side of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I want to kind of address that comment later, but finish your thought, friend.
Other than that, I mean, it's going to be mommy talk, everyday talk. Just, we're going to keep it chill, but trust me, if something pops off, like, you know, a new MLM or something actually goes on with Elamir
Yeah.
or, you know, Monet popping off, losing more, you know, top leaders, that kind of a thing. Trust me, we'll trust and believe we'll be talking about that too.
Yeah. I mean, we've
It's
been.
not just going to be mommy talk.
Yeah, I mean, there is gonna be mommy. It's gonna be very mommy talk centered and like motherhood centered, and we're gonna get maybe a little like too raw with it. But I feel like a lot of like that's something a lot of moms don't have in real life. I know I didn't, at least at the beginning after I had Leo. I really didn't have anyone to talk to because nobody that I knew that had children was available for me to kind of
Same.
lean on, and that's kind of what we want this to be. But we are going to be talking about other things, and this is not going to be by any means professional. Like, we're just going to give you our raw thoughts, and we might disagree sometimes, and that's okay. We disagree on a few things, and we're okay with that. Like, we respect each other's points of views, and I feel like
Absolutely.
that's very, very, very important. So before we move on, I want to address the boss babe the game.
Go ahead.
I kind of talked about this a little bit on my stories. If you guys don't follow me on
While you're doing
Instagram,
that, I'm going to go grab a bottle of water. I'll be right back.
awesome, bet. So I kind of addressed this a little bit on my Instagram this past week, just because we were talking about collectively in the same group chat that I was just talking about, that we wanted to do kind of like a collab where we all could just like hang out, even if it was like a one-time thing, just so that we could all like see each other's faces and, you know, like hang out basically. And then somebody was like, oh, maybe we should do like a like a little game night type situation. And I was like, wait, this feels familiar. And then I just started thinking, and it unlocked a memory for me. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I don't know if I should say names. Should I say names? Tanya, what
Go
do you think
right
about that?
ahead. Say
You
names.
you think so?
Yep.
Okay,
Call them
so
out.
then true,
Call
you're
them
right.
out.
You're right. So I don't know if you guys remember that last boss beat the game that we did on Roberta's channel. Well, I ended up winning. I won, and I chose Miss Max, I believe was her username, to win her
Yep.
copy. I didn't even know that I was supposed to be winning a game. Like, I didn't know until the moment. And if you watch that video, you can see that I was like, wait, hold up, what? I didn't know. Like,
I
I
was
didn't
there
know.
that night. I was
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
that
yeah,
night
yeah.
when you won.
Yeah, Jessica was there too. So, and Janet was there too. Hi, Janet. Our tour
Just so you know,
spoiled
I
this
can't see the
unbelievable
comments
double
on the other side. So if I'm looking to my left, y'all's right. I'm looking at my channel's chat.
Oh, okay. So, oh, Dave was there. He remembers. So yeah, I won and I chose a winner. But then obviously at that time you guys didn't know anything yet, but like my situation with Blue was already happening behind the scenes. Like, me and her, I had cut all ties with her to her face and said, like, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to talk to you. It's
Right.
okay to not be friendly. Like, it's all good, right? But then right after that is when I started finding out more things, and when I was putting like kind of two and two together, and that whole situation like blew up or whatever. So when I didn't get my game, I thought in my mind, right? Like, when a couple of weeks went by and I didn't get my game, I was like, okay, well, it's probably because of this, you know? Right after I won, I do have the screenshot of me sending Roberta my address. And she was like, thank you so much. It was so much fun, blah, 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 something along those lines. And I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. I sent her my address, and I thought that I would get the game in like a couple of weeks or something at the most.
Right.
And when I did it, I just thought maybe I just didn't get it because of that situation with Blue. So I was just like, whatever. But then when we were talking about it, someone else that happens to be in the chat, I don't know if they want to say who they are. If they don't,
Leave
that's
them out
completely
of it.
fine. Yeah. They were like, wait, now that you mentioned that, because I was like, y'all want to know something? I'm salty because I never got my game, right? And hi, Daisy. And she was like, this other person was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I never got mine. And I was like, hold the fuck up. you ain't have nothing to do with that situation. How is it that you didn't get your game? So then we started asking
Well,
around, and I found one more person, and this other person found another person who also never got their game. And they had nothing to do, none of them had anything to do with the blue situation. So I'm just
really?
sitting here, yes. So I'm just sitting here like, are we supposed to be calling, and I said this in my stories, are we supposed to be calling out unethical behavior and like shady shit? Like, how come, like I'm fine with not getting my own game. It's cool. But what about the rest of the people? Like, those are your viewers too, ma'am. Those are your supporters. Why didn't they get their shit?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Jessica already said it was hers. It was her. So
Okay.
there's at least 4 to 5 people that never got their game. I don't know what y'all make of that, but I'm just sitting here like, the fuck.
So tell them
You
what you
know?
did. Tell them what you did.
Yeah. So I messaged the creator of the game, and I still haven't gotten a response. I don't even know that they read it. Let me check while we're on here. Let me check. But I just send them a voicemail. I'll let you guys hear it right now. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I was like, if it's like a her thing, like I get it. I still want to buy a game because I really did enjoy playing the game. No, they haven't even opened it. I sent it on Thursday at 5:17 p.m. and they still haven't even opened it. Or I don't know if they are familiar with those apps that you can see messages, but it makes it seem like they're unopened, because I know for a fact that Blue had those type of apps, and the host of the show has those type of ads. And the reason why I know that is because after and this is just my assumption, after Blue doxed me, I messaged Roberta, and I was like, she's probably going to be the one that sees her messages first, and I was like, I need you to ask her to take this shit down now. And it's unopened, but then I was sent a clip where she's talking about how one of her really close friends sent her the message saying, take it down now. Like, she messaged me, so take that story down now. So I'm assuming it was her, but when I go to check my messages with Roberta, the message is still unopened. And again, this is just my assumption. So this is the voicemail that I sent to the creator of the game. Hey Brian, my name is Karina, and so funny story, right? Some of us anti-MLM content creators are looking for like content for future collabs and stuff, and we were talking about your game, and it reminded me I actually won that last game that we had, the last game night, and also I know of another creator that won it through Roberta's show, and neither of us ever got our game. And so I wanted to see if that was like a you thing or if that was like a her thing. And if it's a her thing, I could totally pay for the game. That's not an issue. I just think it's kind of weird, and I don't think that's cool that we won something and then didn't get it when she like publicly stated we won. So I don't know. Could we possibly have a conversation about this? And that was it. I feel like I was polite, but I was direct to the point. I was gonna beat around the bush a little bit more and maybe not mention names, but I was like, no, fuck that. She is making him look bad because we never got our games. Because when I text her my email, when I DM'd her my address, she was like, oh, okay, I'll pass this on to him. So I don't know if she never gave him my address or like what the business is, but she has my address. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys make of this. And I also was trying to look for Miss Max, but I don't know if she's one of the people that stopped following me after the whole situation with Blue or what, because I wasn't able to find her. So if any of you talk to her, let her know, like, nobody got their game. Did you get yours? Or like whatever. She doesn't have to talk to me if she doesn't want to. I just feel like it's unfair, and it gives his game a bad name because it was stated so publicly that we all won. So that's just like a...
And the association with Roberta, it makes her look bad.
Yeah, and it feels a little icky, especially because she's I don't know how deep I want to get into this, just because like there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't know.
There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff that's happened behind the scenes that a lot of y'all
Yeah.
don't know. And it's meant to be back there. If it was meant to be on YouTube or public, it would be. Just trust and believe, especially trust, that y'all don't want to know.
Yeah, like there's just a lot of things.
I found out some crazy shit and I was floored.
You know what, Dave? Me too. And I was just telling Tanya about this. I was like, listen, like for me, I started seeing, I think, the red flags, like when I called out what's her name? When I called out Courtney, I started this was not what this episode was gonna be about, just FYI. It's just kind of
No.
geared into that. But I feel like I should tell you guys some of it. Like I'm not gonna reveal like the really like fucked up shit. But so I was telling Tanya, I was like, you know what? For me, it was like I felt brokenhearted and I felt like used. I'm not gonna speak for anyone else. I'm just gonna speak for myself. But I felt
Right on.
brokenhearted and I felt used because when we were getting, I feel like when we were getting her, or when I was getting her views, and when it was like trendy to have me on, she had me on. And as soon as I didn't agree with something or someone, I was like cut off. So that last time that I was on her game and on her show and all that stuff, it was because I reached out. And this was me not trying to like, I didn't want to leave things on a bad note because I still admired her. I still respected her. I still felt like I don't want to be on bad terms with her. Like she's done so much. I thought she'd done so much for this movement. And then, you know, in talking to people, you find shit out and you're like, it's like finding out that Santa Claus doesn't exist. I was like truly fucking brokenhearted and I felt used because I felt like I was around as much as she needed me to be and then no more. You know?
Yep.
Maybe it's like a me thing, but I've talked to a couple other people and they're like, no, bitch, I feel the same. So again, I'm not gonna like drag them into it or whatever. I'm just speaking for myself. Like I'm shaking right now because it upsets me. Like it upsets me that I had like such big respect and like such high views of her, and then it was just like, what the fuck, you know?
Yep.
I feel,
That's what I
yeah,
said.
I feel used and brokenhearted, and it sucked, and I still can't believe it. Like I'm just like, fuck, man.
At this point,
Whose
if anybody,
channel?
my
Whose channel?
channel,
Mine or Tanya's?
mine, I think, because it came up in my chat.
Oh.
Thank you, Catherine. At this point, if I were to be told something about Roberta, it wouldn't shock me anymore.
Yeah, same here.
I've been done shocked.
Yeah.
And I'm with a lot of other people. I'm very disappointed because she's done so much for the movement in public, but behind the scenes.
But there's so much. It's so much that goes into that.
Right.
Like there's so much that goes into her getting credit for things that she might maybe possibly have not done, you know? So it's just like, and it's weird. You know who even was brokenhearted about this shit? My husband. I made him sit through the documentaries where she comes out with me, and he was like, damn, baby, she's such a badass. Like, oh my God. Like, you talk to her, you know her? And I was like, yes, baby. And she's so supportive. And so whenever everything hit the fan, I was like, babe, you're never going to believe it. And he was like, are you sure? He was like, are you sure, baby, that people are lying to you? And I was like, well, baby, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. You know? And so I'm on Karina's and the other. Thank you. Yeah, but so it's just like sad. It sucks. It sucks to know that someone you admired and respected so much doesn't deserve your admiration or your respect.
That is the reason why you never meet your idols.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And I know that a lot of people still like talk to her, which is fine. It's none of my business. As long as it doesn't have anything to do with me, I don't care. You guys can still, I've said this before, even with Blue. You can follow her still if you want. You can talk to her if you want. That's none of my business. I want nothing to do with her. Like, but that doesn't
Fuck
mean that
that.
you can't talk to her. Like I've said that from the jump. Like that's never been my aim here to cancel anyone or anything like that. I'm just here speaking my truth, and because I feel like people should not be getting bamboozled the way I got bamboozled twice by this fucking point. So I also had a lot of like conflicting thoughts about this because I was like, fuck, I don't want to be known as a problematic person that's constantly calling people out or whatever. But I also can't sit the fuck down and just watch people get hurt all the time by the same people when it's clearly a fucking pattern, you know?
Right.
I don't know. That might just be me, you know, like involving myself in something that maybe I shouldn't. But like this, what I just talked about is something that happened to me. So
Well, the way I see it is when you see certain people clumped together
yeah.
outside of everything, outside of the movement, outside of being a creator, outside of being a viewer, outside of all that, and you see cliques forming,
Yeah.
that's not good, bro. Like, because too much shit, then things get crossed because people talk shit. People
Yeah.
like to start shit. And that's why I said fuck that with following Blue, because she was problematic enough for me. I
And
backed the fuck off.
yeah, and I want you guys to know something about me. Like I have friends in this space that don't necessarily like, not that they don't like each other, they just don't talk to
They
each
don't
other.
vibe. They don't
Yeah, they
vibe.
just, and that's okay. And I can be friends with person A and person B, and then I don't get in the middle. Like there's no like, oh, you know what she said, oh, and they can call me out if it's not true. Like they know, you know, like I would never, like they can vent about each other to me, and the other would never find out. Like that's really the
Right.
type of bitch that I am, you know.
Yep.
So it has nothing to do with like, for me it doesn't have to do with who's higher or whatever the fuck. Like if you're my friend, you're my friend. I respect you, I love you, and your secrets are safe with me. Same with the other friend. Like it's never been an issue for me to be friends with two people that don't vibe together or whatever. Like that's not,
Me too.
it doesn't affect me in any way.
No. As long as person A and person C
Thank you guys, thank you.
don't do this with
Yeah, yeah,
using you as a go between for talking shit, delivering messages. You know,
yeah.
it's like, dude, I'm not an owl.
Yeah, no,
All
I'll
right.
usually like if they got a bit about each other, I'll hear them out, and then that's it. And then I try to erase that from my mind because it's none of my business. It's none of my business. Like it's not my problem to go and tell the other person like, oh, this and that, or like whatever. And I've actually had a lot of people ask me, maybe not a lot, like 10, 20 people ask me like, how are we supposed to trust you if you share screenshots? If you don't want me to share screenshots, don't give me a fucking reason to share your screenshots. Don't be a shitty person, and I won't share your screenshots.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
it.
I fully trust and believe that if, for whatever reason, which would never happen, but for whatever reason, if Karina and I had a falling out, she would never out my shit, and I would never out
No.
her shit.
Mm-mm.
But if I
Unless
crossed
you
her,
were out here like scamming people and like pretending to be something that you're not, and like hurting other
right,
people, then yeah, fuck that. But if it's
right,
just you and me don't get along, that's fine. We don't have to like make shit
you don't
public.
have to be friends with everybody, but it
Mm-mm.
does make it easier if you're friendly with everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where we get into the cliques, because
Boundaries
now,
and boundaries too.
yeah, boundaries are huge. And Blue crossed boundaries.
With a lot of us.
Roberta has crossed boundaries. And a few others have crossed boundaries. I'm not going to name them
Yeah.
because whatever.
Harper said, "What's going on? I'm confused." So Harper, just to recap real quick, we're talking about how a lot of, well, like a handful of us didn't get our games when we were to, won them on Roberta's channel, and yeah, so we're just basically like talking about some unethical shit in the community. I don't like that word. It feels weird.
I
But
don't
like
like it either.
in the anti-MLM space or the commentary space, whatever you want to call it, that's what we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you don't have to be friends with everyone, and you can still respect them. You can still, like, I was just talking about this on live, and I don't know if I left it up or not on my Instagram while I was like getting ready or something. But I was saying how I at least have my relationships with fellow creators really, really, really clear. Like super fucking clear, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
Examples that I always use all the time, right? I'm actually friends with Aaron and JJ, more so with Aaron just because I know that JJ's like super busy with clinicals and all that stuff. So I don't talk to her as much as I do to Aaron. But like, same with Tanya. We're friends. Like friends,
Yep.
like we have each other's numbers, like FaceTime, the whole nine. You know, those are friends. But then I
Yep.
also have colleagues that I'm friendly with.
Yep. Me too.
Example, Chelsea. I still love her. We're not like BFFs or anything like that. And that's fine because I know she's made her boundaries very, very clear with everyone, not just myself. And I
Yep.
still respect her, still support her content, still enjoy her content. She's been nothing but nice and supportive of me. And I appreciate that. But I'm not going to get upset because we're not like buddy or whatever. Like she owes me nothing. And I think like that's something that a lot of newer creators have an issue with. Like they feel like automatically you should be in the loop and like friends with everyone, and that's really not how relationships or friendships work anywhere, not just here. So I have my friendships. For example, with Mombi, Kira, me and her, I would say we're pretty close. Me and Savannah, we know some stuff about each other. I consider her a friend. I just met another friend through them, Kat Benson. I just fell in love with her. Like, are we like BFFs? No, we're
I love that bitch, Kat Benson.
Yeah. And that's her. Okay. Yeah, and that's okay. Like there's very clear boundaries. I've also had people to come to me and be like, "Hey friend," and I'm like, I don't think we are friends. We're colleagues, but that's okay. You know, like we can be friendly colleagues, but I'm not gonna tell you my personal shit. So I feel like I'm that bitch too, to make boundaries very, 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 very clear. I'd say I'm friends with Jessica too. We talk mostly about
Jessica or Vixen.
Auntie actually both. But yeah, so I feel like we talk mostly about work related stuff, but I'd say we're good. We're in a little sweet spot there with our friendship. So, you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. You didn't win the game. Roberta left you on red.
And what did she say? Harper? Harper said Blue put up a story where someone asked her where her exposed video is. I talked about this already. I ain't got shit to hide.
Her exposed video?
Yeah, the one that I was going to upload with the screenshots is up on my channel. It's just private.
Yeah.
It's just private. Same with the video of me calling her out. It's up. It's there. I didn't delete it. It's just fucking with my channel, the way my channel looks. So I privated them. But if I ever need to publish that shit back up, I will. I talked about this already. I ain't got nothing to hide. She said it was hilarious.
There's no reason for you to have it up.
Yeah, like it's messy with my the way my channel looks. Yeah. But if I ever have to republish it, I will. Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it.
It's not gone, y'all. It's not gone.
Mm-hmm. It's there. It's chilling. Every time I hear Harper's name, I keep wondering why you're calling my dog. And then all like, oh, yeah. I'm still new and getting to know people, but I'm loving it. Same, Jessica. I really do love getting to know new people. I'm terrible with names. That's something y'all should know about me. I gotta talk to you like at least 10 times before I remember your name. That's my thing. That's a me problem. But
No,
I
it's
like
me
to think
too.
I like to think that I'm really friendly with everyone. Like I'm nice. I like to think I'm nice.
You are very nice. Sometimes too nice.
You think so?
Yeah. You put up a boundary, but your boundary, let's just say someone is pushing
I
a
saw
boundary.
this. I saw this, Christine. Someone sent it to me, and I posted on my stories that I don't want people to send stuff to me anymore
She said some shit
about
the other day.
her.
Apparently, creators disappeared because they
Blue.
really.
She's talking about Blue. Yeah, you know the funny thing is, she had a lot to do with Detective Levy leaving, and I know that's something not a lot of people know. I know about it because
I
I
knew
was
that.
friends with someone.
I knew
Yeah,
that.
I was friends with someone who was close to that situation. She had a lot to do with Detective Levy leaving from Instagram. She also had a lot to do with Sonic leaving. So I find it funny, like real funny, that she's out here encouraging people to come back when she's the one running people off. Make it make sense.
The math ain't mathin'. That's for sure.
Dude, I miss Detective Levy. Me too. She posted a couple of stories the other day, and I was like, "Bitch, are you back because I fucking miss you?" And she's like, "No, not necessarily. I just wanted to post that one thing." And I'm like, "It's all good. I'm here whenever you're ready to come back."
That shit, not to get off topic, but it's not off topic. When people get run off the internet or out of a space because of one person, that sets my ass on fire because it's not right.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody should be, and even this pertains to Blue, no one should be deplatformed unless they are doing something illegal
Yeah.
or beyond
Sorry,
a
boo
point.
bitches.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've said this since the beginning of my situation with her. I feel like she has a what's it called? The main character syndrome. And
Yep.
I've talked to a few different people that are like, now that I think about it, yeah, she does. You know? And
Yep.
which is fine. You do you, whatever makes you feel good about yourself, I guess. It's just you're not gonna drag me and be indirect about me and then say that you're not talking about me, because then tell me why you made that post that said I don't need a comeback announcement or like a comeback song or some shit because I never left. And that was literally right after I announced that I was coming back. So don't tell
Right.
me you're not talking about me, bitch, because I get sent stuff all the time. And I'm just like, does she think we're dumb? Does she think we're not gonna
No,
get it?
I don't think she thinks we're dumb. I think she thinks that because let's face it, okay, you put up a boundary and it has to do with the exposed video and you never put it up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have come to me, not a lot, maybe a handful of people have come to me. This is before we were friends, saying, "Did I miss the exposed video on her?" I said, "No, I don't think she posted it."
I
And they
didn't.
said,
It's
"Well,
up,
then she got
but
off scot-free." I'm like, "No, she didn't,"
here's
because
the
plenty of
thing.
people called her out.
Here's the thing. Um, I've talked about this before. At the time when all that was going down, it was when we were finding things that were it was getting worse and worse with my dad-in-law. And
Yep.
I could not emotionally or mentally handle dealing with legal stuff and the dad-in-law situation. I still don't think
Right.
I'm at that point. And the reason why, because when I tell you that some of my creator friends were like, listen, I got a person you can call to get legal advice, or I have a person that this and this, or like I can guide you. I've been through something similar, or I can give you some numbers. I can find a lawyer near you. I can whatever. When I tell you that
Yep.
some of my creator friends reached out and said, whatever you need, we got you. I'm not lying. Like, people were there for me behind the scenes all the time. That's actually how me and Tanya got close.
Yep.
So it's not that she got scot-free, because if you really think about it, has anyone looked at her follower count, her subscriber count after the situation? I don't think
I
she
haven't.
got off scot-free. I don't think she can. I personally don't think that she can pay her card note like she said to a follower that she could, that she didn't care what she had to do as long as she could pay her card note. I don't think she can do that anymore, just based on her follower count. So if you think about it, she didn't get scot-free. If she had gotten off scot-free, she would stop talking about it. But she's not. Instead, she's indirectly taking jabs, which I no longer give a fuck about, because that doesn't say anything about me. That says a lot about her. And I know you guys are probably asking yourselves, then why are you here sitting talking about it? Because it's just going with the flow of the conversation. I don't give a fuck about her. I wish her no ill will, but I don't care.
Right.
I don't care to know about her. You know, like, good for her. I'm just here, and I constantly, when people send me stuff, the first question that I ask myself is, how the fuck is she teaching young children? I think that's the question that lingers in my mind the longest. You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't think about her much. I'm just like, oh, I don't know that I'd want her to teach my child, but that's just me. And that's because obviously I'm biased.
Well, here's the thing. Someone can have an online persona and be completely different in real life, right? I'm not like that. Karina's not like that. If you were to meet me in real life, I'm the same bitch.
This is what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe even a little bit more spicy.
But there are some people who do have their online personas that they're badass, that they're whatever, and in real life they're meek and shy, and this is how they get their emotions out. That's why a lot of trolls are like recluses. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't fuck with the trolls. I don't care. But what I care about is people bringing one of my best friends into a conversation indirectly instead of saying it with your whole chest.
Say it with your chest, bitch.
That's
if you go talk about it, be about it. Yep. And one thing you should know about, like, one thing that I've mentioned privately to friends, at least, and like fellow creators. I know I've said this to Jessica, Auntie Leshy, before, and maybe to DC. Definitely Tanya, though. One thing that I think about a lot when I still like get those moments of fuck, I'm gonna post the video, I'm gonna publish it. When she does some dumb shit. For example, I know for a fact that she's going to be making a video about B Cup Santa. That's what JJ calls him. And the situation with Jessica and her kid. Could you not talk about that situation? I feel like Jessica's been enough. Like, through enough with this shit. If you were respectful,
and that was enough.
And that should be enough. No one else should get involved in that. Unless you're doing a deep dive. But you should not drag this shit out more for Jessica and her child. If you put yourself in Jessica's shoes, you would not want this situation to get dragged out further. Maybe, again, that's just me. But if I was Jessica, I'd be fucking pissed. Like,
yeah,
who the fuck did you think you are to drag out the situation the furthest? Like, further out.
Well, I don't know if you saw Chelsea's stories, but she's like, I've always looked for a reason to go out and go shopping for a new outfit. She goes, but this bitch is gonna be wearing a 3-piece suit and I'm gonna be looking fly as fuck. Her Man Problem Mondays, those videos that she does about the pieces of shit men.
Yeah, no, I know she's gonna do a deep dive, but if there's anything that I know about Chelsea is that she's not gonna involve Jessica and Graham anymore.
No. And if people continue to go after Jessica, if people continue to make the stories and prolong this out for Jessica, I'm gonna say something.
Y'all know that
I don't know Jessica like that.
Me neither. Me neither. I've had a few of a few friendly conversations with her, but I'm not necessarily like super duper close to her. And I did like I DM'd her and I was like, hey, it was like a day after or something. I was like, I just got caught up with the situation, and I am like so sorry that you and your child are going through this. And I know we are not particularly close, but just so you know, I'm here. Like, if there's anything that I can do, even if it's just to hear you out, I'm here. And I say this a lot, and anyone can tell you, anyone that's close to me in this, like in this genre, can tell you that anytime they're going through a hard time, regardless of whether we're close or not, if I know you and enjoy your content and we've had like at least a conversation, I will always offer a ear, a shoulder to cry on, for you to call
Support.
me and like, yeah, support. Like, I've always been that bitch. And why? And I've said it before, because I haven't always babe, they said hi, Mr. Karina. And that's because I haven't always had someone. And I know that a lot of these creators that I've reached out to before and be like, hey, just so you know, I'm here if you need anything. They're probably like, who the fuck is this bitch? And that's okay. That's okay. I offer because I genuinely like care. Do y'all know that I wanted to make a story about that guy and be like, fuck this dude, you should not be messing with a little kid. But I took a second and thought about it and was like,
Me too.
I'll probably make that shit worse for her, so I'm not gonna.
Exactly.
But again, that's just
because I know exactly, and I mean exactly how she feels, because they're using her child to get to elicit a reaction out of her.
Yes, baby. Yeah,
and I know exactly how that feels. So I would, Jess, if you ever watch this, I know exactly how you feel. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Period, point blank.
Hey, off screen, hubby Bina. Yeah, he's very camera shy, like very camera shy. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that whole situation. Like, why would you drag this out more for her and her child? And also, I did get my bracelet. Did I show you guys my bracelet? It's the cutest. She asked me, what color do you want? And I was like, black and white. Black and white. I don't need no color. 1 second.
Oh, she's going to get it. Oh, I love the little kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's Leo's favorite. Look at
that came out so good.
I know. It's the cutest. And this is how you support someone. Like, you don't gotta make a whole really ass video, long-winded video, and then possibly make it worse for them. The fuck are you thinking, ma'am? But again, that's just me. That's just me.
Just me. And for legal purposes,
this is all our opinion. We're just chit-chatting.
We're chatting. We're kikiing it up. You know what I mean? People have questions, we'll give them the answers.
We said this was not going to be professional by any means. Also, another what I meant to say before I started talking about the situation with the Santa guy. That guy is scary. Yeah, he really is.
He really is scary.
Your little kitchen with the plants on top. He hates it. He hates that I have my plants on there. He tries to take them down all the time. And I'm like, listen, mommy got no more space in her area, so I'm gonna need to borrow yours for a second while I get a shelf or something. But what I meant to say earlier, and this might sound a little like stuck up or whatever. I don't care. This is my channel. I can say what I want. So
amen, sister.
Regardless of the fact that I haven't yet started posting, thank you, that I haven't started again posting actual content, like edited content or whatever, I want you guys to know that I'm thinking about it. And once I do get my rhythm of being back, and once I do start posting my content, and once I start doing my thing, I know one of the reasons why I didn't drag this out and I haven't given her any more attention until now is because I know that once I start doing that and my head is in the game and I'm organized and I'm just striving making content, I'm going to achieve much, much more than she can ever even dream of achieving.
Amen.
Simply because I have something she doesn't have. I'm bilingual, bitch. And my heart is in the right place. I'm not here
Right.
for views. I'm not here to social climb. I'm not here to be part of the popular kids. I'm not here to benefit of other people's tragedy. I'm not here to dox people. I'm not here to stir shit up in the behind the scenes. I'm not here for none of that shit.
Me either.
And when I do get to where I want to be, even though, yeah, integrity, I have integrity. Even though this is going to sound stuck up, I don't care. When I do get to where I want to be and I do what I'm meant to do here, she's going to be a speck of dust in my memory. Maybe not even that. That is why I did not publish those videos. And that is why I privated the videos that I did.
Because it drags your channel down. Because people expect, when they see that kind of content, they expect more of that content.
It gives her more of a platform. And that's not something I'm going to do. So she can be as mad as she wants and keep being indirect and post whatever. And I don't care. Because again, once I do what I got to do, she's not even going to be a speck of dirt.
It's going to be like, bye, bitch.
Yeah, bye-bye. I'm not going to remember her. I'm not going to remember any of that. The only thing that I'm going to remember is the things that I learned from that situation. The things I learned about my legal rights as a content creator. The things that I learned about myself as a person.
The friends you gained.
The friends I got, yeah. I got a lot of friends and a lot of people that are very, very loyal and just trustworthy and things that she will never have.
Yep. Because the way
and I'm okay with that.
I am too. And that's the funny thing is, you know, it's a little bit of trauma bonding when something like that goes on. Because I reached out to you initially because I knew exactly how you felt. Because I was doxxed beyond doxing. Okay. So I understood exactly how you felt like your private space had been violated. And that's how we started talking. I stepped away from her. I was starting to back away from her before that situation happened. Mainly because she seemed to be a little bit too wrapped up in drama, but she wouldn't say it with her whole chest. She would allude to things. She would skirt around it. And it would bring people in thinking that they were going to get more information than what they got. And I was her only moderator. And because she ended up getting those sex bots.
Yeah.
And she didn't know how to get rid of them. I'm like, mod me, I'll get rid of them. That kind of a thing. Yeah. So after tonight, done and dusted. Yep. We're not I'm gonna say this as a group collective. I'm not speaking for Kina.
No, you can.
But when I say it's done and dusted, please don't bring it up again. Please just don't. If you have questions, refer back to this live.
Yeah, I said this on my Instagram stories, but I know the Instagram stories don't stay up forever, so I'm saying it here, and we will be leaving this live up, or at least I will. I don't know if Tanya's going to leave it up.
I'm going to.
But I don't want to know what she's doing. I don't want to know what she's saying. I don't care. I honestly, wholeheartedly do not give a fuck. I couldn't give less of a fuck if I tried about her and her shady shit. And I feel like,
excuse me,
even though at the time things sucked, a lot of good things came out of it. For example, we found out who a couple of other creators really were.
Yep.
We found out about how shady a certain group of people is. We rearranged our friendships and stuff, and it worked out for the best. So I'm okay with that. Honestly, I am 100% okay with it. And I don't care that she thinks that it's funny that I never expose her. Because she exposed herself. The people that have seen her true colors are not going to unsee that shit.
Nope. I'm one of them.
Again, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not thinking about her at night. Oh, I wonder what she's doing. I wonder if she has less or more followers. I wonder if she's thinking about me. I don't give a fuck. I don't. And I could not be more honest about that. Like, I just don't care. I don't care.
And the best revenge for anybody, for any situation, is happiness and success.
Yeah.
That's the best revenge. And it's a
Yep.
dish best served cold.
Yep.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't know about her," because they came to me. They were like, "Why are you modding for her?" I'm like, she needed one. So,
and look
a
at
lot
how the
of people,
tables turn. Now you my bestie
exactly.
and no longer modding for her.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people know me before this as Chelsea's head moderator.
Yeah.
So a lot of creators already knew who I was. So I kind of got my foot in the door that way.
Yeah.
But for her to still be talking about it, to pull a reaction out of you, is gross. And I don't think that's cool. It's like, Blue, keep your mouth shut so people don't come back to Karina and ask her questions. You've already done enough. You've done enough damage.
And going with this comment here from Jessica. So I also found that very interesting how she's like, I want no part in their group. I want no part with them, blah, blah, blah. And then she proceeded to post that one show or whatever, that one episode talking about the feet pic situation. Like, I thought you wanted nothing to do with us and you didn't care. So what are you doing?
Exactly.
Is it because you're not getting views? Because if you look at her last few videos from the screenshots that I've been sent anyways, that's the video that has the most views.
Because it was about someone that
we all love and care about.
Yeah, that we all love and care about. And we wanted to see what the fuck was said. And when we realized that she was not only shaming the person who did do it inadvertently and indirectly, she was shaming sex workers at the same time.
And then she said that we were trying to. And I was like, first of all, one thing y'all should know about me is that if this guy back here was okay with it, I'd be out here shaking my ass on a pole to make money. Why the fuck not?
Amen, sister. Me too.
If he said, baby, go ahead, do your thing, I'd be out here making that money, clapping them cheeks. No questions about it. If it meant that it was a better future for us and if it meant that we could be a little bit more stable than we are now. So I'm not out here to shame anyone. You do with your body whatever the fuck you want. So long as you're not hurting other people. Safe. And yeah, as long as you're safe and you're not hurting anybody else. If that's you and that's how you get your bank, baby, do you. Do you. You don't need nobody's permission.
Catherine asked for people who are just joining to give a quick recap of what we're talking about.
Go for it, bestie.
Okay. So first we started talking about, what did we first start talking about? Our show, but you can rewind and watch that. But we started talking about Blue and the Blue situation and how she's very indirectly trying to call out Karina without saying it with her whole chest. That's basically about it. That's the quickest recap that I can think of. And Karina is putting up a boundary. She did it here live for everyone to see. That please stop sending her stuff. She appreciates it. She knows it comes from the heart, and she knows that it's not ill intent. But she doesn't care what she's saying, because what she has to say means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously you're living rent free in her head.
Thanks, I guess. Dave said we started talking about the games. Yeah, that's right. We started talking about this whole situation. That's what led into this conversation. That I never got my Boss Babe the game that I won on Roberta's show, and neither have like 4 other people. So
and Lord knows maybe there's more that we don't know.
We just don't know about them.
Because maybe they're just a viewer, they're not a creator. That just happened to play.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not, again, this is not me like, oh, don't watch her, don't support her. Like, you do whatever you want. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't, make me change the way I think about you or anything. The only time that I'm like really bitch is like, for example, with Roberta. She never said anything. Like she could have very simply, in my opinion, done a story that said, I want no involvement in this situation. That would have been enough
Yep.
for me. But
That,
instead, she sat there and co-signed that shit.
yep.
Never even
And
addressed it. Never reached out to me privately and said, "Hey, I want nothing to do with this. I'm so sorry this is happening." Nothing. Nothing. She could have
nothing.
reached out to me personally, privately, and that would have been fine. But she didn't even do that. So
No, she
again,
doubled
just like
down.
the game, yeah, just like the game situation, I feel like that speaks volumes. There's not much else I can say. That speaks volumes on itself. Her actions speak volumes, in my opinion. And a lot of people might be like, "Damn, why are you coming after her so hard?" I'm not. If you knew everything I know, you'd understand.
Well, Mommy just posted in my chat. I don't understand being jealous in this space. We are all just trying to help people stay away from cults. You get
Yeah,
views, it gets the message out. I get views, it gets the message out, which is true, absolutely. But at the end of the day, so many people can. I watch multiple people cover the same thing. Why? Because their opinion and their commentary is going to be different.
their
How they interpret
styles,
the,
their
yeah, and
delivery.
right. And I watch anti MLM stuff all the time to the point where my son is like, "Are you talking about MLMs again?"
Yeah,
And he rolls his eyes at me. But that's just to show how passionate I am about it because I want to
Cat,
absorb as
we were
much
talking
information.
about you. I was
Cat,
saying
we
how I made
love
a new
you.
friend. Yeah,
I love you, bitch. You're awesome.
I never gonna stop loving you. Uh, yeah, I just, it was like a weird situation, you know. And again, just because a lot of people held her to such a high standard, and maybe that's our fault. But I mean,
She was put on a pedestal by
yeah,
the community. And it's not that I don't agree with it, because she has brought a lot of the cultiness of it to the forefront. It's not just
mm,
about selling shit. And I do
yeah,
literally mean shit. It's not about the people behind it. It's about the structure and the people at the top and how they manipulate people.
yeah. With this comment, I want to say too, I've addressed this several times. For me, there is no competition, no matter how small or big the creator I am being compared to is or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I want nothing but success for everyone. I really,
Me too.
that's my honest, like my honest feelings. I want nothing but success for everyone. And anytime that someone comes to me behind the scenes and asks me like, "Hey, how do you do this?" I'm like, honestly, I'm probably not the best person for you to talk to, but I did this and this and this. Like in my mind, there's never a competition, and especially with my
There is
Latina content creators. Bitch, whatever you need, and I will
There's
say
so
it over.
few. There's
Yeah,
so few of y'all. We
I will
need
say
more.
it. Yeah, I will say it over and over and over and over and over again. I know that I've made a lot of noise. I know that. But everyone should know that the ones that were doing it first was Blanca and Gladys.
Yep.
Blanca and Gladys opened the doors for me. Have I made a shit ton of noise? Maybe for the wrong reasons? Yeah. Yeah, I have. But they started this shit, as far as I know. And credit will be given where it's due, at least by me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember watching Blanca's stories before I even started talking to you. Of course, I would try to, because I took 4 years of Latin and 3 years of Spanish. And in my head, if someone speaks slow enough, I can understand.
Yeah.
So as I was reading it, I'm like, wow, they need to be on YouTube. And then I went and looked, and Blanca is on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's making waves. So isn't Gladys.
And Blanca has, and that's why when the whole thing with the conference that I spoke up about it, and apparently that wasn't light, like there were certain people that were not, that didn't agree with what I was saying, which is fine. When I said that there needed to be more diversity, because there was some diversity, but was there enough? No, there wasn't. Which is why I had a whole, like, I threw a whole fit about it. Because there wasn't enough diversity. I felt like one of us should be up there, not necessarily me. I thought Blanca should be up there because Blanca knows her shits. Not only that, but I know people came to me personally who recommended me for that. And the same person said no to all of those people. So don't sit here.
That's what I didn't understand. That's what I didn't understand. They were talking about, let's for example say Herbalife, where they do target the Latin community, the Hispanic community. They talked about that. Why not have someone from that community who's trying to make a difference up there talking in Spanish? So people who are Spanish speaking, who wanted to learn more about MLMs, at least in one part of the conference, in one class, could get that.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that I have a lot to learn because I know that was said by the person who said no, not her. That's fine. You don't have to bring me into it. But Blanca and Gladys know their shit inside out. And one of them at least should have been up there. I'm not saying that it had to be me because I don't have what's it called? The main character syndrome. I know not everything is about me. But too. Like Jessica just said, Blanca is very well spoken. And not just that, but she knows her shit inside out. So she should have been up there.
Yeah, she should have. And
it was not about me. It was not about me. It was never about me.
I wish I would have known more. I wish I would have known more about that situation, because I probably would have said something, at least on Instagram, because I was a little bit more active on Instagram than I was on YouTube. And I said, I've got a channel. I've got 1,200 subscribers. I got to do something with it. Yeah. So, but I should have spoken up as a person that supports the Hispanic Latin community.
But you know what? I don't blame you, because like this question, this comment that DC just put, she actually DM'd me. She was like, I want to ask you something. I don't want to come across disrespectful, but why does this matter? Like, well, that's not exactly what she said. That's not verbatim. But she basically asked me, like, why is this so important to you? And I broke it down for her and said, you know what? Because my people have suffered long enough of oppression and discrimination. And I feel like we have a lot to bring to the table. So why the fuck not help us do that?
Yeah.
You know, so we had a long conversation. And as long as, and I've said this before, as long as, if there's something that you don't understand that I'm saying or I'm doing and you want to know about it, so as long as you come at me respectfully, I'm going to have a conversation with you. And I'm going to tell you what my motives are. Like, don't ever be afraid of insulting me or whatever. If you come at me respectfully, I will answer your question and tell you this is why. Like, this is why this matters. You know? And I don't know. Shit is crazy out here in these streets. I had no fucking idea. I haven't even been here a year. It's going to be a year in December, I think, that I posted my first video. I don't remember.
If I were to go back, I have videos on private from when I did makeup. If I were to go back, I think I've been on YouTube. If we take out the chia break I had, I've been on YouTube for like 4 or 5 years.
I think it's 8 months. I've been here for 8 months, and I feel like I've been here for years because of so much that has gone into it. And I know I've been on break for like 3 months now. But that's okay. I'm slowly working myself back into it, you know? I don't have this. That's the beauty of doing something that you love and that you're passionate about. You can do it whenever you want and however you want. And as long as you have your heart in the right place and are doing it for the right reasons, that's all that matters, in my opinion. I'm not here. Like, I know that I'm decently close to getting monetized, but I'm not in a hurry to do so. That's not why I'm here. Obviously, when I start getting paid, I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say no to that shit. But that's not why I'm here.
That's not
not that there's anything wrong with getting paid, because doing YouTube is a lot of work. I know it doesn't look like it, but unless you're a content creator, you don't know.
Instagram is a lot of work too.
Yes.
So let's not discredit. let's not leave out Instagram.
Just and content creating, period, is hard. There's a lot that goes into it. So why not get paid for it? As long as you disclose it as long as you disclose it and as long as you do it how it's supposed to be done. That's it. That's all that is really asked of you.
Ad disclosure is actually, you have to by law disclose that you are in an ad or reading an ad or doing an ad read, whatever, by law for the FTC. So disclosure is a huge, it's a huge problem across YouTube, but I've been noticing it
Yes,
more and
Dave.
more and more on Instagram and on YouTube that people are not disclosing their ads.
Yep. And this is why I'm here.
There's so many Spanish speaking selling their MLM crap on TikTok Live. You could reach out a lot of people. Absolutely, Christina. Or Christine, sorry, I thought that was an A.
It is. That's why that's why I've been putting it off.
Same. Actually, Echo. That's another channel that if you haven't subscribed to her, amazing. I just got an alert. She's from, I think, either Australia or New Zealand. I can't remember. Someone in the chat must know if she's from Australia or New Zealand. She's doing she just posted a Dominic Izzo video.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to do a video too, but I feel like that's not. I'm not giving them any more screen time. And also, let's be realistic here. Chelsea's gonna destroy him, so there's no need for me
I
to
am
do a video.
so waiting for that video. I was waiting for the Katie Joy video, but I'm like on the edge of my seat for the Dominic Izzo video.
That was fucking chef's kiss. I was so invested in that video.
The Katie Joy one?
Yeah.
Well, you learned a lot about her before that video came out. I think our live was before that video. Oh, Australia. Okay, thank you, Janet. But no, I mean, the drama is. Oh, let's see.
We need to be more active with showing how MLMs affect everyone. This is not just for a white woman thing. What women and men of color are taken advantage of, and the public perception is it's a white woman thing. Yeah, you're right. And again, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And I know that I've been slacking, but that doesn't mean I'm not working on stuff behind the scenes. I have a whole notebook of notes and things that I want to do. And again, once I find my rhythm and like my little schedule and whatever the fuck, it's over for you bitches. It's over for you bitches.
just remember the little people. Just remember the little people. When you
Shut up. Shut up.
But no, I mean, is there drama everywhere you go in any community? Even let's just like my mom loves coloring, like coloring and coloring books and stuff. So she watches coloring videos.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Min. It's like bing, 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 round one. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, 95% of the creators all get along, have mad respect, and have love for each other in a non-culty way. Are there groups of people that are friends, a little bit more friendly or friends? Yes. Yeah. Are we cliques? No, because we don't exclude anybody. There are cliques within the movement, but those people are shady as fuck anyway. So I would not want to be part of their friend group anyway.
Like you said, you don't have to be friends with anyone. For example, I've mentioned this before and recently too. I've never talked to Deanna or Isabella, but I am fucking obsessed with Isabella. I have the biggest crush on her. Like, I am obsessed, and her content.
Oh my god.
I love her.
Is stunning. She is so beautiful.
Yes, she is. Confidence. The confidence she gives off. Just, I love her. I'm like, I have such a huge crush on her. So her and also Deanna. I've never talked to Deanna. I still enjoy her content.
I've never talked to Deanna or Isabella.
Yeah, and I think they're amazing. And it's not an issue. Just because I talk to people they know doesn't mean I have to talk to them. Like, that's just weird. You know?
Yeah. Janet actually posted a comment in my chat, and I don't know if you saw it.
Let me see. Let me go back.
Can I be honest and frank? It irks me a
Yeah.
little bit when content creators are like content creators and then the rest. Like
Yeah.
there's a line and we don't matter because I do stuff behind the scenes. It's
No,
not
no, no.
that
Behind the scenes matters.
I
I've never
I
said it
would
doesn't.
not have half of the information that I have if it weren't for Jessica.
Hmm?
And Janet has brought stuff to the table. Dave has brought
Yes.
stuff to the table.
Yes.
You know, and that's not to be discounted. We're just
No, no,
saying
no, no.
that the forward facing people to the audience that doesn't do anything behind the scenes, they're just viewers,
Yeah.
don't understand the amount of work that goes into a video, that even
No,
goes into a planned live stream. This
no, but
stream
it's.
tonight
I
was
mean, I
supposed to
understand
be
where
like
she's coming from
chill.
because I feel like if I was on the other side, I'd probably feel the same. So I want to take a second to spotlight the viewers who are very, very involved in the work that we do here.
Yeah.
First of all, when any time that a content creator has been, for example, the situation that happened with Julie Joe, that someone snuck into her like members live and whatever, and then spread that shit out.
Yeah.
Who do you think found that? Who do you think found the fucking snitch? The peoples, the peoples,
Uh-huh.
because they're fucking awesome. So yeah,
Exactly.
we're not. I'm sorry, Janet, that I made you feel that way. That was never my intention. Like I'm gonna speak for
Mine
myself right
either.
now. First of all, bitch, you and me are tight. What are you talking about? You and me are actually friends. So I really, I'm honestly sorry that I made you feel like that. That was never my intent, and I don't think it's
And I'm
anyone's
working on a
intent.
friendship with Janet, and I'm really, truly sorry from the bottom of my heart if we made you
Yeah,
feel that way
yeah, that
at
was
any
never
point.
the intent here. I truly apologize, and I will work on that. I will work on that. But just
She said, no, 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 not y'all. She goes, I love both of y'all.
yeah, I mean, I always give credit where it's due, and anytime that something gets brought to me by, let's say, Dave or Janet, whenever I pass it on to one of my anti-MLM creator friends, I'm like, guess who gave me the tea? And I always give credit. You know, even if you guys don't know about it, I will never take credit for something that's not mine. That's just not the type of bitch that I am.
Well, my big thing is that,
Thank you, Dave. We
there
love
are,
you.
we love Dave. It's one of those
And
things
Janet.
that if we didn't have the people who did the stuff behind the scenes, 90% of these creators wouldn't have anti-MLM fails, wouldn't have things to. Oh, yeah, I get it, Janet. With Boo activism, I always tried to explain it was the collective reporting that got the company down. Background stuff can be a full-time job. Abso-fucking-lutely. And if I personally made anybody feel as if it wasn't appreciated, please, I will work on it. But please know from the bottom of my heart, I'm truly thankful for what y'all do
All of
behind
you.
the scenes. All
Yeah,
of you.
for every like, every share, every subscriber, I feel like I made you guys feel special. Like I really do try my I still as a content creator, I'm still at that point where I can have like actual relationships and friendships with you guys. And I'm not just friends and like close friends with content creators. I'm also close friends with a lot of you that don't make content. Just because
Me
I
too.
know your faces from being supporters of ours, and it's amazing, and I love it. Like me and Harper, we're planty buddies. Like that's my girl, you know. Same with Janet
Right.
and Dave. I mean, come on, it's
Who
Dave.
doesn't
It's
love Dave?
And Maru, también Maru. I love Maru. That's my
Maru
my bilingual buddy. That's I love you.
Maru
So
is beautiful. I love her.
yeah, so I never want you guys to feel discounted. It's just I feel like the reason why I speak more about like content creators and stuff, I'm gonna speak for myself right now. It's because I think, and I have seen it with my own eyes, that people that are coming into the game after me or even a little bit before me, they feel entitled to other content creators' time, advice, all that shit. Like we've seen that over and over again, right? And which is why I like to speak on stuff like that as from the point of view of a content creator, like how I've never felt that way, and like how I find it kind of ridiculous that people feel that way, like entitled to other people's time, attention, knowledge, wisdom, whatever you want to call it. It's wild. It's wild to me because I've never felt that way.
Right. Well, the funny thing is that, you know, we're still small enough
Yeah.
where we can have those one-on-one relationships, but do not get it twisted. We have boundaries.
Yeah, and yeah, you guys will always be my besties, like my D's, you know, the originals. So
The OGs, for real.
yeah,
That's how I became a mod on Chelsea's channel because I've been following her since she posted beauty content.
yeah.
And she remembered me from years ago when she took a big break, you know, and then she came back and started doing commentary, and I was in her lives, in her lives, in her lives on her videos, you know, pumping her up, being her hype girl.
Yeah.
And she was in a live one day, and I said, "Oh, Chelsea, I think I told her that she needed to do something in the chat or answer somebody because I didn't know the answer." And she
Uh,
goes, "I'm just gonna make you a moderator," and she made me a mod, and it's been that way ever since.
yeah.
So, and even though I modded a bunch of people, there's a reason for that. Those people
Yeah.
I trust with my channel. I know they won't fuck with it. I know that they won't just automatically bounce people because they don't like what they have to say.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you have a dissenting opinion, please, I want to discuss it. I would love to have a conversation about it. We're not in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate the fact that Janet got that stuff off of her chest now, where we can address it more of a one-on-one thing.
With this with Kira's comment or Mombi's comment, I want to say that is why anytime that I use anything of hers, I give her credit because I know it hasn't always been that way for her. Like I think the only person that I've ever seen her give credit to her has been Savannah, and I know that a lot of people have. Uh,
Chelsea has.
well, I haven't seen it, but I mean, if you say so, I
I'm
believe
pretty
you.
sure Chelsea has.
Yeah. And that is why it's so important for me to give credit where it's due. It's not like oh, because I have to. It's just because I feel like it's only fair that when you put so much time, effort, works, blood, sweat, and tears into something, that you get the credit you deserve. That's very, very
Mm-hmm.
important to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're
Janet says,
okay, Janet. It's
yeah, I
okay.
was just going to say, Janet, I would love, look, if you have an issue in general,
That's why we're here to talk.
that's what this night was about, was
Mhm.
to get feelings out, you know, let's start the week off, you know, really strong and healthy and happy. So if something like that is bothering you, please bring it to us because we're friends.
Yeah.
We don't want you to squash that down and keep that inside. That
Yeah, no,
that
you.
leaves that
And if
leads
you,
to bubble guts. Ew.
yeah, if you don't want to leave, if you don't want to like address it publicly, you know my DMs are open. When have I not
Mine are
answered
too.
you? So it's
Mine are
okay.
too.
No, you're good. You're good. I promise. Everything's good. It's good to talk. My Mexican just came out. It's good to talk about things like this. It really is. Like I feel like it's very eye opening for people that don't know and might have the same question or like the same concern. It's okay to talk about stuff. We've been here an hour and 17 minutes. Is there anything else you want to talk about, bestie?
Um, there was one thing I wanted to talk about,
Go for it.
and
The floor
that
is yours. I'm gonna
was,
mute myself so you can't hear the little monkey singing in the background.
oh, that's okay. I don't mind hearing him sing. There was one thing I did want to discuss, and it's actually kind of serious. So when I see content creators, and it kind of branches off of what we were talking about, when I see content creators doing these things that are unsavory and kind of icky, and you don't want to call them out publicly, please send me the proof and I'll do it. If you want to remain anonymous, I'll do it. I don't care. I've been doxxed to death. I've had CPS called on me. I've been swatted. I've had everything you could possibly have happened to a person, to a content creator. It's happened to me. It doesn't scare me. That's why when I see pieces of shit like Dominic Izzo going after people like JJ and Jessica, it really burns my ass. So, with that being said, I need proof. So you'll have to send me videos, screenshots, anything that you may have, please, if you don't feel comfortable calling out the scammy, scummy kind of behavior, bring it to me. I'll make a video about it. And if it's really good, I'll make a live about it. As soon as I'm able to get my setup done. Aw, we love you too. We love you too. But that's a big one for me because I do see some content creators being scammy and scummy. And oh, someone wants to visit. But yeah, if you see that kind of behavior, please send it to me. I don't know if Karina's interested in that kind of thing.
I agree with Tanya because aren't we here like calling unethical shit? Like I said earlier, aren't we here calling unethical shit and like calling out scammy people and stuff like that? Like, why should we? My frame of mind is why should we let our own get away with shit that we wouldn't let MLMers get away with?
Amen.
And the reason why I hadn't spoken about the situation with like say Roberta or whatever before was because I know her presence. I know her presence and I know that it could potentially end my YouTube career. And you know what? That's fine. I don't care. I feel like the people that know, and not to sound like a hun right now, but like the people that know my heart and know where my intentions are gonna see that I'm being truthful, you know? And I think that's all that matters to me. I'm not here for the drama. I'm not here to
me either.
I'm not an exposed channel, but also I'm not just gonna sit down and watch people be fucking unethical while simultaneously, I can never say that fucking word, calling out unethical practices. That just don't sit right with me. And it's okay.
Yeah.
If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I'm just calling it how I see it. And I know that it's hard to swallow a pill whenever it's somebody that you admire, because trust me, I felt the same. But I'm not gonna just let shit slide anymore.
Nope. It's gone on too far, or gone on for long enough.
Too long. Yep.
Where there are, and it doesn't have to be in the MLM space. It can be anywhere. And it's not gossip if it's true.
Harper,
that's why
I love you.
And trust me when I say, if Roberta were to weaponize her following, which she wouldn't be dumb enough to do that. Let's be real.
I mean, it'd be wild. It'd be wild if she spoke up for once.
It would be. And it's funny how she hasn't posted any content because I'm subscribed to her for her podcast, and she hasn't posted any content all summer.
Oh no, I unsubscribed when the whole conference thing went down. I unsubscribed and unfollowed. I might be blocked. I don't fucking know.
It would say in your DMs you cannot message this user if you were blocked.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I'm down for exposing scumbags. That's what I'm down for. And it can be in any community. It could be a public figure.
And I know that a lot of people are like, well, all this drama like takes attention away from the activism and stuff. I get that, and that's your opinion to have. My opinion is I can kick ass and take names at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
That's my opinion. I mean, it's okay. And we can agree to disagree. That's cool. It's not a big deal. It's all right. We can still be friends.
Mommy says those who play neutral are hiding something.
I mean, the truth
is in the
pudding.
She said the quiet part out loud.
I mean, the truth is in the pudding, you know. But again, we don't want to get into all of that because that would be a really long video. But
yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I think other than that, this was so good. I did not expect it to take that sharp turn there, but I'm glad that we talked about it. Like, I really feel like I'm done. I'm done. It's over. It's over with, and I'm just gonna move forward and fuck all that stuff. You know, so thank you guys for hearing me out. Thank you for caring to hear me out.
They were begging for you to hear you out because a lot of people weren't there for the whole story.
Yeah.
Because you kind of went private real quick. But the one thing I do want to say is, please, 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 if you love us at all, I'm just playing. I'm not going to emotionally manipulate you. But
this is chaotic as fuck. That's actually gonna be the title of our show. Tell them what our title is gonna be. The title of our show.
Maniac Mommy Mondays.
That's all, Tanya.
Because at the end of the day, we're all maniacs for taking down and helping. Taking down MLMs is like the big part, but the little part is helping people get out of the MLM or preventing people from even joining.
Yeah.
So, but we are going to be going live Monday, starting this Monday. We haven't established a true schedule if we're going to go every Monday or every other Monday.
But it'll be around the same time as today.
But it will be between 9 and 10 o'clock at night because that's when our littles go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And please bring a glass of wine, some snacks. It's going to be a good time.
Un cafecito. Some coffee. Cafecito.
Me, water. But yeah, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Karina, and of course me. Please subscribe to me.
Do you have anything coming up?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I
have my Illuminate video that I'm still working. I just need to sit down and film it, y'all. But I'm thinking at this point I might just make it a Spanish live and then just like do it in Spanish and English. So like translate it as I go. English. Just because I don't want to edit. I want to edit. But we'll see. I'm still thinking about that. And then also I have been a lot more active on my Instagram lately. I don't know if you guys follow me over there, but if you don't, you shouldn't. It's my if you don't, you should. This is my same username here. And I've been going a lot live and just talking about random planty stuff. The other day I did a little quick story time about how I met my husband and just cute shit like that, that doesn't really have to do anything with MLMs. Just so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. And because I like to talk to you guys. So, yeah. Follow also Tanya on Instagram. Hit the like button like Mombi said.
It's my name plus MUA on Instagram because I was doing freelance work and, well, there you go. But the big thing is that it's not just going to be us two. When we establish a schedule and we establish us as creators for this particular project. I would like to have guests come on.
Yeah.
And talk about specific topics. And it's not going to just be MLM related, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mishmash of things. Kind of like tonight. Minus the drama. I'd rather not talk about drama unless it's something huge.
Like
and
current.
It affects people. Like if we had been doing the Maniac Mommy Mondays last week, I would have definitely stuck up for Jessica Hickson in that live. Yeah.
Same here. Yeah, but maybe an auntie guest, of course. If you guys also, as supporters, if you ever want to be on the show, just reach out. Please, just reach out.
Please, that would be amazing.
And we'd be more than happy to have you. I want to bring on Blanca for sure, because that's my bitch. Y'all know that.
Oh, please.
Also, please Kira. I want to maybe one day have Kat on here. Again, I just recently started talking to her, and I think she is amazing. If you are not subscribed to her
content,
which I don't know why you wouldn't be. She's a dietitian, like a certified dietitian. I think it's been 7 years. She did a post about it either yesterday or today about it, and I'm so proud of her. Like I literally just met her not even a week ago, but like me and her have been vibing, and I love her. So please subscribe to her. We want to have anybody that wants to be on, that'd be awesome. But that's
once we establish ourselves. I hate saying this word because it's so cringy. But once we establish the brand, then that's when we'll start having guests come on and stuff. I don't want to start bringing in guests too early,
Yeah.
but it's going to be a mishmash. So, of course, you know, Catherine said, I'm boring, but I'll do it. Absolutely. I would love to have viewers come up and speak their mind, man, because you're limited to how many characters you have in a chat. And then you got to keep current with the video. So if you're talking to somebody, it's one thing if you're having a conversation with somebody, but if you're talking about something in the video and it's an important point, and by the time you type it, the creator's already moved on to something else, then you just wasted all that time because they're not going to go back and read that comment. You know what I mean? So I'd much rather give the viewers a voice. My friend Nick Snyder, well, he's not really my friend anymore, but I call him my friend because he's my forever friend. His channel's called The Viewer's Voice. Not to be mistaken.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Catherine.
So Mommy said, also, I'm slowly working on getting equipment so they can see you in the background, baby. What's it called? Yeah, Tanya is too, and I am too. Like, I'm working off a little Chromebook right now and my tablet and my phone. So we get it. Trust me.
Thank you, DC, because DC helped me out a lot.
She hooked it up.
Karina's going to help me out. DC hooked me up. Yeah. And Karina's going to be helping me out. So once I get my setup going, it's all over for you bitches.
Same
it's
here.
All over. Because I used to edit. I got really good on my MacBook.
Yeah.
Then my son jumped on it.
Yeah.
It broke the hard drive.
No, I feel you.
So we don't talk about that. But I was getting really good at editing on iMovie. So I wanted to find a program for PC that's as close to iMovie as possible, and I think I found it.
That's why I edit on my tablet, because it's easiest for me that way. But yeah, I had a iMac, and then whenever we were going through like some real hard shit, I mentioned this before. Whenever we were going through like some real hard shit and we were like homeless and shit, I sold that bitch to put a down payment for like a deposit for this place. Yeah,
you had to.
Like, my husband was working and stuff, but you know, we were like we're on the fucking struggle bus. So, you know, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, and that's okay. Like right now, we're looking into.
We'll get our Macs back.
Yeah. We're working on that. We're working on that. We're gonna be all right. But yeah, that is it for today, baby. You want to say hi? They're like, hi, Mr. Karina. You don't want to say hello? No. Oh, he says he's sleepy already. But yeah, I think this was a great first episode. Thank you so much for sticking out with us, you guys. I know this was really random.
This is a preview of what Maniac Mondays are going to be.
Yeah, but we love you guys. Excited. We love all of you equally, and
in a non-specific way.
Yeah, and if there's a specific topic you want us to talk about, please leave it in the comments or like in the live chat, and we'll go back and like look at it and stuff. Thank you so much.
Or DM us.
Yeah, that too. Thank you so much we'll be doing polls for. I thought you said you didn't want to say hi, sir. Tanya said, "What's up, bro?" Oh, yesterday when you text me like at 2 a.m, he was like, "Tell Tanya it's after hours, okay, to stop texting you already." And I was like, "Mind your business, guy. Mind your business." But what's it called? What's the saying? Oh, we're gonna be doing polls on our stories and stuff to go towards the show. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for being here. For the 5th time, thank you for being here. We love you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye. Good night. Leo say bye-bye. Good night.